Hey, social media fam, this is Ryan Van Dale here. I wanted to kind of go over a change that I had recently made for my team, which was moving my license from EXP to a new company called Epique Realty. I say new, it's been around for a few years, kind of came around the time of COVID, and something that I just had recently learned about, kind of dove into, and really fell in love with it. So wanted to kind of go over the reasons why I made the decision to go. And if you're watching this and you're a client of mine, you probably don't even recognize like any change has even taken place, because over the years I've made it a point to own my own services, own my own email address, my phone numbers, my team name, my website, my contact management system. Like everything has all been my own. So really, when it comes to like changing brokerages, for me it's just a change of license, but everything else stays the same, and nobody else feels the effect of that. So when it comes to like moving brokerages, I take two things into consideration. Is it a good thing for myself and my team? And is it equally as good for my clients? And that's how I felt like every time I've made a change. Whether it was going from Rule and Rule to Keller Williams to EXP, and now EXP to Epique. Now, some may think that that's a lot of companies in 15 years, but really, when it comes to actually running the business the way that I do and owning the systems that I own, all it is just changing where I hold my license. But everything else pretty much stays the same. So when I left Rule and Rule to go to Keller Williams, it was mostly because I wanted to run my own systems, and I couldn't do so when I was there at the time. I don't know if they allow people to do that now or not, but it was really important to me to be able to do that. And Keller Williams afforded me that luxury, and I flourished there. Like I had a great business. I, in fact, increased my business when I moved over there, and they really taught me like how to run my business like a business, and learned a whole heck of a lot of new things from Keller Williams that I didn't have when I worked at Rule and Rule. Not to say that Rule's bad at all. They're a great company, but it's just a little bit different culture, different way of doing things. And about four, like maybe 3.5 to 4 years in, learned of this new company that had been around since 2009 called eXp Realty. And when I first learned about them, I think they had about 1,200 agents or so. And by the time I made the decision to actually move there, I think I was like around 12,000 or something like that. Now they're pushing, I think, like 90,000 agents, if I remember right. So the reason why I first started looking into them is the company that I was at was giving a whole heck of a lot of attention to this small little brokerage. And I figured, God, if they're spending all this time talking about this company and how it's going to be unsustainable, and I can't see how they can offer all this stuff and still stay in business, and I'm like, well, shoot, maybe I should look into them. And then the more I looked into them, the more I'm like, this makes a lot of sense. It was an agent-owned company. It introduced me to a concept called revenue share, where the agents build the business, and we get to partake in some of those in that revenue for growing the company. And that doesn't take away from the fact that selling homes is my number one source of income and what I do. But in doing the things that I do, if I attract other agents, I get paid for doing so, which was really nice. The other point that kind of drove home with me through working with EXP was ownership in the company. We were given stock awards, and we had a program where we were able to take 5% of our net commission income and buy stock at a discounted rate. And really wasn't that important to me. But a year later, when the stock really took off, that meant tens of thousands of dollars. I won't give you the exact amount, but it was a lot that I had made just by switching companies from Keller Williams to EXP. And really loved EXP. Their systems and their technology was like fantastic. Really thrived there. Still love that company to this date. But once again, a tiny little company has been mentioned from some top people at EXP, and people were giving them a lot of crap, and how this little company is unsustainable and they can't be giving all this stuff away and still stay in business. And it kind of sounded a lot like things did when the same thing happened to me at Keller Williams when EXP came about. And that company is Epique Realty. And I started looking into them for a good couple of months, really diving in on the numbers. And I looked at a few others as well, and there are some great companies to work for in the Quad Cities. Like, I really am envious of all the agents that get to start their businesses here with all the choices that they have. And there truly is a place for everybody, and they all have something great to offer. But when it came to making the decision to move, like it was like a no-brainer to me. Like, I wanted to be at a place where my team, whether they stayed with me or not, could thrive and grow and not have to go through a lot of the pains and the expense that I did through Keller Williams, through EXP. And this company seemed to offer so much that it seemed too good to be true. And that's probably part of the hesitation of why I didn't jump immediately when, they only had a few hundred agents. And, and going through their presentation and looking at all the benefits that they have in place for agents, it was kind of hard to say no. And for instance, they offer forever mentorship. They have ongoing mentorship program and coaching for free for agents. Transaction coordination services are free from contract to close. You get free leads, whether they're coming from Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google. They give you those for free. Listing photos. You can order photography through their dashboard and free of charge. They come out and take photos. They actually go back to someplace at Epique that actually edits them and then gives them to you ready for your listing. Yard signs, stuff that I would pay thousands and thousands of dollars for, they offer for free. They also offer free installation and pickup of those signs, which takes a lot of time out of your day. They offer free CE courses. If you didn't want to partake in Education Week through our board office, a lot of times you'd pay quite a bit of money to get your CE in every year. And now my agents can take advantage of CE courses online for free. Free car washes. I know it seems kind of like a joke in the industry because a lot of other companies are like, oh, everybody's making all these drastic career changes just for a free car wash. It's something, and it does make a difference, but they partner with like all these different car wash companies around the country, and you get unlimited car washes for agents just to make sure your car is nice and clean when you're out showing houses. They offer 24/7 roadside assistance. They offer free social media ads. They even put you on free digital billboards that are available in the area, not only for yourself to promote you and your business, but also for your listings, which is huge. And if you actually look at the price of billboards, it's a big expense, and that's all included in what you pay into your split at Epique. Free headshots. If you don't have any professional headshots done, you send in about 12 photos of yourself and they give you AI headshots. You like AI or not, it's free and they work. Free healthcare benefits, free vision insurance, free dental insurance, free veterinary insurance through AirVet. You get Epique AI, which we can get into that later. Virtual staging for your photography, now free. You get Lofty, which, if you're not familiar with it, it's one of the top websites and contact management systems that are available. I currently use another one, but I am on my way to switch to Lofty and kind of beta test to see which one I like better. But it is considered one of the top websites and CRMs available to agents. Free.com domain. You get a fully customizable website through Lofty. The Epique Cloud app, which kind of ties everything together into one dashboard. So you don't feel like that it's kind of like bolt-on technology. You have one spot to go through to access everything. And that's including your desktop, your laptop, your iPhone, Android, whatever you use. Canva Pro. Not a lot. I think it's $99 a year, but you get it for free. Let's see. You get a Thanks.io membership, which you still have to pay for mailers, but the actual membership, which could be hundreds of dollars a month, is included. You get the Epique card. It's a digital business card. You give out business cards and they end up at the bottom of somebody's car. But the Epique card, you just tap on somebody's phone, automatically puts your information in theirs. You can also set it up for them to share their contact info back to you. So it's more of an effective business card. You get company stock and declining caps. Now let's go over that a little bit. Now, when I said that the stock was a very lucrative thing for me at EXP, when I came over, the stock was trading at about $4 a share. And when I sold within my first year, and I should have waited, but I still made quite a bit of money, I think I sold when it was about $44 a share, but it went up as high as $160 a share. And with the amount that I owned that was unvested, or I'm sorry, that didn't need vesting because I purchased it myself, I was able to pay off a second mortgage, cars, credit cards, all kinds of stuff. It was like truly life-changing. Now, coming over to Epique, they're not a public company yet. In fact, I don't know what they're trading at right now. Well, they're not really trading, but it's worth somewhere in the vicinity of about 50 cents a share. And Epique, I'm able to take through every transaction. I can decide whether I pay 0, 5, or 10% of my net commission pay to buy Epique stock at a 20% discount. Now, I don't know if that's important to you at all. It wasn't important to me when I went to EXP, but when I saw their stock just flourish, like, I can't even tell you how life-changing that was. And to know that I have the opportunity when they eventually go public, you know, that's never a for sure thing. They're still a private company right now. Their plan is to go public in 2026. Things change, never know. But I can't wait for that to happen, because by the time that hits, I'm going to have a substantial amount of shares. And if it even hits a few dollars a share, like, once again, it's going to be another life-changing experience that I experienced at EXP all over again. So if stock is like something that you've never considered in a company, I highly recommend you take a look at it, because that's how a lot of the people that you see at EXP that have made like hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars being there made a lot of their money in the stock. Cap. So the cap at Epique is actually $1,000 less than it was at EXP. I paid $16,000 a year cap to EXP. At Epique, it's $15,000, but it's a declining cap. So every year that I'm with the company, it actually drops by $1,000 until I hit year 5, and I'm at $10,000, and that's where it stays. Revenue share. So that's another thing that I didn't really care about when I went over to EXP until agents just started coming over and named me as their sponsor, and it meant another substantial amount of income for me when I didn't even expect it. So I'm not saying I got paid like an exorbitant amount of money like every month. Some months were, you know, down to like $80 or $100, but there were several that were like over $1,000, over $2,000. I've had a couple over $3,000 a month, which, once again, it's a life-changing thing when you least expect it and you need it most. The great thing about the revenue share at Epique is, whereas my previous company, you had to like attract so many agents to open up all these levels to get paid on when it comes to your agent count, which they recently changed that. They opened up the first 3 levels, and then you have that agent count barrier to open up levels 4, 5, 6, and 7. Or I'm sorry, it would be 5, 6, and 7. Whereas Epique has 5 levels for revenue share, and all levels are open day 1, no restrictions, and you get 10% of the company dollar that goes to Epique for every agent that you have underneath you in your revenue share pool. Which, once again, a lot of people that have never experienced revenue share think it's no big deal, but then when it happens to you and you start attracting agents and you get a lot of people that name you as the reason why you came over to Epique, it's going to become a huge deal, and it's something that you really need to pay attention to if you're an agent. And the reason why I'm spending more time on that stock and revenue share component is, once again, wasn't important to me. But as a real estate agent, we don't have any retirement plans. I mean, there's no brokerage you can hang your license at that offers you some sort of retirement package. We're 1099 independent contractors, and it's up to us to do so. And, you know, Keller Williams, you know, I made like very little money in profit share, but at least it was something. EXP, I earned so much with their stock program and revenue share that with their stock program specifically, I was able to actually get my own financial advisor through Morgan Stanley for free because of the amount of money that I had in shares with EXP, and then was able to put that money into a managed account and open up a SEP IRA. And in doing so, because I was with them, you get your management fees and your costs at 0.5%, which pretty darn low. I mean, if you're a financial advisor or you have one, 0.5%, pretty darn good. And that is actually like set for life. Like once you do that, doesn't matter if you switch companies, you're with Morgan Stanley now, and that stays the same. So because of EXP, like I have a pretty nice retirement account, SEP IRA set up, all that great stuff that I didn't have before when I was at Keller Williams or Rule and Rule, in which I plan on growing more when I'm with Epique and collecting their revenue share and their stocks. Power Award, that's another huge thing that these companies give you. EXP has Icon Agent. The Icon equivalent is called the Power Award over at Epique Realty. What that means is once you reach a certain level of production, you get paid your company dollar that you've paid them, so that $15,000 cap, you get paid back in company stock. Now, the great thing about the Power Award at Epique as opposed to EXP is that with EXP, you had kind of hurdles to jump through. So once you hit that icon status, you got 50% of that $16,000 cap up front, but then you had to attend their 2 major events per year to get $2,000 for each event, which, you know, made up another $4,000 of that. And the last $4,000 was for your cultural component. So you had to like teach classes in the EXP world or, you know, do something to fulfill that cultural requirement in order to get that full $16,000. But at Epique, there are no hurdles. You know, once you hit that production requirement, you just get your full cap back in company stock. And the one other factor that never experienced before was that that Power Award is now open to all of my team members. So as before with EXP, when I became an Icon agent, my agents that were on my team couldn't earn that award. You know, it was only me as a team leader. But now at Epique, every single person on my team is able to reach that Power Award and get their cap back in company stock, which is huge. And not to mention my team members, like anybody that's on a team, the team members on a team pay a $10,000 cap, period. I mean, there's no more declining caps or anything like that because they're already at the lowest cap possible. Splits and fees, you're at an 85-15 split with a 0.001 transaction fee based off the purchase price or sale price of the home, which is capped at $500 per transaction. Now, if you start doing the math, you may think that's a lot of money. However, when I did my math and I looked at my team, it only ended up being about $1,000 difference from what I paid EXP to what I would pay Epique Realty for the same amount of business and same amount of transactions. But for that extra $1,000, I'm getting all of these free services and stuff that I'd never had before. Sustainability. I mean, this company has been built for growth, and it's been built to last from day one. The CEO of the company, Josh Miller, I mean, he's like a Harvard graduate tech guy, an app developer, and has owned several businesses besides this. And he was once an EXP agent. He's friends with you know, I won't name names, but he was considered the godfather of EXP. Friends with his daughter, was brought into EXP. Like he was, I don't know what number, I know it was below 200, but he was like one of the first 200 agents at EXP and strived to, you know, do whatever he could to make the model better, and eventually started his own company. And the guy is like the real deal. And like he's somebody that I like looked into before making that decision, and when I saw everything that he's done, all that he's accomplished, I knew that I made the right decision. So when it came to like making that decision to move over, like I said, my clients don't feel anything because I own my own systems. I will be transferring a lot of those systems over to Epique systems because it makes financial sense. And the other perks like the billboards and the photography, the virtual staging, like other things that EXP didn't offer, which I pretty much did on my own, save me a lot of money each year. I mean, quite honestly, I mean, I'll be transparent, like it saves me roughly $36,000 a year to run the same business I do now with Epique Realty. So if you like are looking at me switching companies and are thinking, wow, he's worked at a lot of different places, I wonder why he jumps around so much. Like I said, I never make a move unless it's right for myself, my team, and my clients. If it doesn't meet all that criteria, I would never make the switch. So if you're curious about learning more about Epique Realty, because I only touched on a few, and there's benefits that are rolling out on a daily basis. In fact, I've only been here a couple of weeks. I haven't even been able to get into all the benefits yet because I've been so busy showing homes, listing homes, and like I said, that's my main source of income. But all this other stuff that they offer is just icing on the cake. And once you see it, it becomes a no-brainer. So if you're interested in learning more about Epique, just want to chat and figure out, wow, how can I get involved, or just want to talk, give me a call or a text. I'd be happy to sit down and talk to you.